welcome to The Grill, a new series from Saurav Insight. For most of my life, the current decided where I went. I worked hard, but I wasn't the one steering. The series is about learning to steer. I am Saurabh Sharma, an immigrant, a father, and a digital specialist figuring out West London. I haven't figured it all out yet. I'm just a guy in his 40s trying to build. You're hearing my real voice right now, but for the main episode, I use an AI. I'd rather use the technology I have to seep honest thought today than wait for the perfect studio or the perfect moment. This is The Grill. Welcome to the construction site.
My laptop is a graveyard. Inside it are dozens of folders, startup names, logos I obsessed over designing. Every one of them started with a burst of excitement, and every one of them died. I ghosted them all. When the initial excitement faded and the unglamorous heavy lifting began, I quietly walked away. Even now, as I build this exact platform, I still feel a small anxiety. Is Saurav Insight just going to become another ghosted logo? For a long time, I thought the problem was simple. I thought I just needed to find my zen. During the 2020 lockdown, I lived on a rooftop in Golfutar. I did 72-hour water fasts. I stargazed. I meditated. Honestly, I was basically a monk, and I thought I had finally mastered my mind. But here's the brutal truth. It is incredibly easy to be a monk when the whole world is paused. When everything stopped during lockdown, silence was everywhere. But when the world restarted, the monk disappeared. Office politics returned. The daily grind returned. The endless noise returned. By the time I moved to London, life had changed completely. The Immigrant Time Tax hit immediately. Visas. Commutes. Starting from zero in a country that doesn't know your name. And then a new baby arrived on top of all of it. That peaceful 6 a.m. meditation routine. It became a joke. Not a bad joke, just an impossible one. For a while, I felt like a hypocrite. I had spoken about presence, about mindfulness, about wellness, but I couldn't even maintain my own routine for 3 consecutive weeks. Then something shifted. I realized I had misunderstood the whole idea. Being present was never about sitting quietly in a peaceful room. That's the easy version. The real practice begins when something pushes you. A difficult person, a rejected application, or just a bad Tuesday that ruins everything. You feel that spike of anger in your chest, and in that moment, you pause. You choose your response instead of exploding. That's the monk in real life. That's the real practice. The rooftop was the training ground. London is the fight. So why am I doing this? Why start a public project when life is already full? I'm in my 40s. I don't have the endless free time I had in Nepal. I'm juggling a full-time job, family, and my own projects. So why add this? Why not keep the ideas safe inside my own head? Years ago, I was interviewed on a Nepali radio program called Let's Do Something Now. The host asked what our generation should do for the country. I spoke about responsibility, about building structure, about stepping forward instead of waiting. Those words didn't change the country overnight, but something changed in me. Because once I said those ideas out loud, I couldn't ignore them anymore. They had weight. They existed outside my head. And that matters. Because ideas that stay inside your head usually disappear. Like forgotten plans, like half-finished projects, like ghosted logos. That's why I'm doing this. I'm putting ideas into the world before they disappear. Speaking out loud, even if only 3 people hear it, creates accountability. It forces a thought to exist somewhere outside your own mind. It gives intentions somewhere to land. But I know myself. I know exactly how I ghost things. So this time I'm changing the rules. Not the ambition, the conditions. First rule, I'm doing less. 1 post a month. That's the commitment. Not because the ambition is small, but because burnout is usually a planning problem. I've burned bright before, and I've burned out before. This time, I'm choosing the slower flame. Second rule, perfection is gone. I don't have a studio. I'm not a polished speaker. I use AI to organize thoughts that would otherwise stay tangled in my head at 2 a.m. I'm using what I have. In the life I actually have. Not the life I'm waiting to have. Because the perfect moment is the oldest lie in the graveyard. Every ghosted logo on my laptop was waiting for it. Maybe you have a graveyard too. Half-finished ideas. abandoned plans, a folder you haven't opened in years. If you do, welcome to the construction site. I'm not showing you a finished building. I'm inviting you in while the scaffolding is still up, while the plans keep changing, and while the builder himself isn't entirely sure it's going to work. Hold me to the once-a-month promise. I'm still figuring things out. But there's something I haven't told you yet, about where this decision to build actually came from. It goes deeper than ambition, deeper than discipline. It began with a moment I didn't expect. We'll get into that next time.